Okay, starting Conservatory Repertoire. Here we go. So we'll open up, we'll be in Francis's library for now and take a look at it. You will see in your folder a Grade 1 Conservatory Canada book, and you open that up. And if you had been working on pieces through Piano Marvel with your preparatory, those or if you've been working on scales and technique, they will transfer through to the Grade 1 Conservatory Canada, and you'll practice this the same way. You will play, or maybe not the same way, because in preparatory I just had you working on the next scale. Here you will review everything you've done just by looking at this list. You don't need to go into Piano Marvel to do it. You just look at C major, you do the right hand, you do the left hand, you do contrary, you do the arpeggio, you do triad solid, triads broken, and if they already have a star, and see Francis did here, so then she would go on and do G major right hand, left hand, arpeggio. She just review all of these stars and then go through to D major and work on chopped or whole if she wants, is fine. And work on the next star, prepare to 0, assess 3 times, our standard format. So that's the technique, remains the same, very similar. Now, there are 4 levels of 4 types of pieces that we'll be learning in our grades. We'll be learning a Baroque, some pieces that are like 400 some odd years old, classical, which would be in the time of Mozart, etc., and Beethoven will be the end of classical, beginning of romantic, but he's grouped in classical. Then there's the modern pieces. Most of these composers are still alive, and studies, which can be anything, any kind of pieces. You'll see if I open studies, there's a bunch of pieces. Some of them will be Baroque, some classical, some modern. A lot of them will be modern. And at the end, we have canons. So you will have 1 study and 1 canon, and the canons are grouped in the study section. All right, so to start actually working on this repertoire, we need to pick something out. So you, guess what, can pick out your own Baroque piece. So here's how you do it. You open up the first one in the Baroque section. This is a fun exercise. You play the song video. If the song video doesn't exist, you would just play, oops, so we'll stop that. There we go. And to both of them play at the same time. But here, the other option, if there is no song video up here, you would just hit the space bar and play the Piano Marvel version.
Set, go.
But if there is a song video, play that. Okay, so you say, do I like that song? Do I not like that song? Then you open up song number 2. You play the song video from that. And then say, which song do I like better? This one or the first one? So always have just one favorite. And if you just can't decide, because some of us can't, say which one would you rather learn first. So always have one. Then you go on to the next song, Allemande, and say, okay, do I like the Allemande better, or do I like the one I picked out of these 2? Then you try Chorale, and do I like that one better than my favorite one so far, or no? So once you have a piece picked out like that, enter it in your repertoire section of your practice page, and then go on to classical and pick a classical piece the same way. So generally when I have you start out, we start working on Baroque and a classical piece, because those are generally the most demanding. And then when you get so far along, about halfway along in those, then we'll pick out our modern and study and canon. Okay, so any questions, give me a shout. And that's how we start our conservatory levels.